Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Wrasslin for Life Network. Welcome to the Dirt Sheet Debate. As me and that pretty face dive into some hot topics in wrestling, we're going to look back at 2025, the year that was, the year that has been. I know we got a little more to go in the year, but we're going to count down and look at stuff that's already happened. It's been a crazy year in wrestling, for good or better or worse. You decide. We're going to talk about it. Get in that chat and strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We're live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network. We are the channel that watches more live wrestling than anybody else out there. Happy to be back at it again. It's going to be a fun one. The Dirt Sheet Debate, where we run through topics as quick as we can, which is generally not very quick, and we get your 2 cents on what's going on in the wrestling world. Tonight's a little special, a little different, as we dive into a look back at 2025, the good, the bad, the in-between, what was beautiful, what was ugly, what went well, what did not. We're going to talk all about it tonight, and a lot going on here at the channel. Again, get your 2 cents in. Keep in mind the 4 life fees, the annual Wrestling for Life Golden KJs will be up for grabs. The voting will be starting to come out with for that soon, so keep an eye on the channel for the voting. We will get your 2 cents. But with all those words being said, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network. We welcome everyone back. It's Friday, Junior. And if you don't know who we are, well, I'm Mr. Evernight, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. That is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrasslin for Life Network proudly brings to you its tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I am Big Nick. And yes, I know it's still, we got a little time left in 2025. Boo earns. But yeah. It's the holiday season. We've got everything taped of, Christmas is coming up, New Year's is coming up, so we got to kind of look back at everything. And again, our awards and everything, I was almost going to say our dirt sheets, but our awards, the Golden KJs, are voted on by all of y'all. So this is our way of kind of getting in our, nominations a little bit before y'all get to choose yours.
Yeah, for sure. We see, Sports Illustrated. We're going to see other publications. Everyone's giving their 2 cents. So we thought we'd take a few minutes and give our 2 cents on some of the things that happened this year in the wrestling.
It's and not then again, us saying it. It's Sports Illustrated saying it too.
Right? ChatGPT told me so. So yeah, we'll take a look and see how it goes. Don't forget, we're back tomorrow, 7:30 for SmackDown. This should be a fun one, as lots going on in the wrestling world. But Nick, I guess we'll just jump into this. If you haven't seen the Dirt Sheet debate before, we go for a few minutes. The timer clock will pop up and stop us from rambling. And again, we get your 2 cents. We'll click on some of the messages. And I want to shout out real quick before we get going, Nick. Spaz, Denisha, Jose, top 3 from last night. Get in that chat. Get your points. Super chat, super stickers get you a bonus. So make sure you get those in there and get onto the leaderboard. I see Zach, 18 AZ, welcome back. Imram, Damien, Josh, Safi, Byron, MDB, Boston might be out there somewhere, maybe. Dale, how you doing? Ian, welcome, welcome, welcome. Everyone in the chat right now. Sean Reed's there. Welcome. If I didn't say your name, Mr. Stormy, Zach saying National Baked Cookies Day. I'm a baked cookie, all right. But let's go. You ready for this? You ready to jump in and relive the year that was?
Real quick before we do that, I love this though from Randolph Redbeard out there saying, what qualifies as a dirt sheet? Well, we can name certain publications that I would say would qualify, but it's one of those that just reports obvious information or inaccurate information just for engagement, mostly on this app called Twitter, formerly known as X. So yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, again, it's one of those kind of broad stroke dirt sheets. It's like Mark, right? Like you can kind of flex a little bit about who fits in there. Generally, it's associated with anyone that's kind of shady. It's like the Carney version of your writers, right? It's the dirt sheets, the ones with an agenda, the ones that show up in your DM and run their mouth, the ones that clearly have a slanted bias and often, falsehoods or proven wrong. those kind of make up what we define as the dirt sheets.
Right. And last thing real quick of Spaz
Yes.
with a $10 super chat. Never heard of Jelly Roll before he came to WWE, but I just heard the song I'm Not Okay.
Dude.
And made me think you guys in the mental health stuff you do. Hope everyone's good today. Happy wrestling. Oh, that's one that's on a loop constantly on my playlist of I'm a big fan of Jelly Roll.
Yeah, man. I had the pleasure of seeing Jelly live. I'm a huge fan. Even if you just not a fan of his music, the fan of his story, fan of who he is. And the other day I watched him on Joe Rogan. I cried. I'm gonna be full out honest with everybody. I cried like for 25 solid minutes. Just the whole fucking thing. He's so emotional. He's so authentic, and that's what you're looking for. He's the
Cody Rhodes of music. Man, will cry at the drop of a hat.
I'm bald. He fucking got me all in the feels. I couldn't stop myself. I'm like, I can do it. We can do it.
Well, yeah, no, I love the story of, real quick side note before, yes, year in review coming in about 10, 15
11
seconds.
minutes.
But because of when he talks about getting inducted and being onto the Grand Ole Opry and everything like that, and how much he breaks down. It's like Cody, if you go, I'll tie it back to wrestling. You watch Cody and John Cena's interview and how they end it, and Cody's just there weeping in the corner. I just want to say from everyone that puts on boots or watches people who put on boots, thank you. And you just get that, and you get choked up too.
Mm-hmm. No, if you like I'm Not Okay, I mean, I've been an avid fan even back before, I mean, where he kind of blurred the lines between hip hop and country. Again, I mean, I'm Not Okay. Somebody Save Me. The list goes on. The man touches your heart. So, huge honor for him. We congratulate him on that. The dude is absolutely inspiring, and big shout out to Jelly for making me cry for half an hour yesterday.
Well, I'll tie it back into what we're talking about. Speaking of things that have made you cry, pro wrestling in 2025 might have made you cry. Might have made you
reasons, maybe.
Joy, might have made you weep. Might have made you feel all the emotions. But yeah, it's almost all but done and dusted.
Yeah, man, here we are. We're down to the nitty gritty. I mean, this year, I don't think 2025. Well, I know we look back and there's been a lot of criticism towards 2025, but there were a lot of kind of big, crazy moments that went down. Like, as I was like going kind of through the research, Nick, and working backwards, trying to, jog the old vitamin brain, there is a list of shit that went down this year that were huge.
Well, there's just for the business, of pro wrestling. I feel like Vince Russo now with that, but
Jesus.
You have the Netflix deal, you have the ESPN deal, you have HBO Max is streaming AEW pay-per-views, AEW gets the new Time Warner deal. Like, there has been billions and billions of dollars moved around, around the pro wrestling scene and invested in pro wrestling in 2025.
Yeah. That's a very good point. I mean, when we talk, a lot of people have that, wrestling's on its decline and it's not what it's supposed to be right now. But you're like, yeah, that's true. But financially, it feels like it's doing really well. You have the AEW contingent very optimistic and boastful about, the successes and bringing the TV deal and all that extra money and being profitable. WWE obviously just printing money at a ridiculous rate. TNA doing well enough to sign their TV deal. Even something on a small potato side of like NWA going to Roku. Like, everyone's going somewhere. There's money being spent on some wrestling.
Yeah, I completely forgot to even mention about the AMC deal. I have a question to you in the chat, and anybody that's watching this on a replay, drop it as a comment. Is it that pro wrestling sold out in 2025 or the mainstream bought in?
Oh, that's dirty. I think
this is why we're the dirt sheet debate out here, my guy.
I feel like, at least in the WWE's case, I feel like it is because some of the unsuccessful moments, I think it feels a bit like they sold out. They went for the dollars, like the building's full. We don't really have to go full out. We'll throw in our 4 matches. We'll get in and out. We'll make our bank. We'll set another record. And we're good. Like, I mean, we're good to go. Like, I mean, it's tough.
The Slim Jim table, the
Slim Jim table,
Wheatley vodka barricade, and the Cinnamon Toast Crunch mascot being at ringside might be selling out, What?
Right? The
What?
random Prime cart that's sitting there for no reason. Nobody even takes no one even drinks one.
It's
You
just
think
there
once in
for
a
Jey
while.
Uso to crash out with.
Right?
But
Like
still, I think there
what are
is
we
an
doing?
aspect to that too as well, that it's the mainstream has bought in. ESPN is now involved in
Oh
pro
yeah.
wrestling. Netflix is trying to almost gobble all the wrestling up
Mhm.
to an extent, if you want to look at it that way.
Right.
The HBO Max numbers, what are
A
they? I don't
mystery.
know. Like magnets, how do they work? I don't know. But
Yeah,
yeah,
like what is actually going on with these numbers, but we'll find out at some point, I suppose. I wonder if the now that the sale might be going through, if we more things will come out as far as that kind of stuff as they do evaluations. So we'll see. Netflix debut, is that the biggest moment of the year though? Is there bigger?
oh,
Like,
there is far bigger. There is.
okay.
I think it's going to come up when we give our kind of nominations and
Mhm.
everything. But you see him right there in the center of us, lower third, and everything like that. Where this
The
man,
Cena turn,
just
yeah.
the dick kick heard around the world. We've had the dick bit around the world. Now we've had
Yeah.
the dick kick. But John Cena's heel turn
Yeah.
had the wrestling world shook. That was a seismic event. That was
Yeah.
the beast quake. That was, World War Z type shit.
Yeah, and I mean, I know people have been very critical of the run, and we've had our questions and concerns and complaints, but
Mhm.
that moment unto itself was outstanding. Like, again, because you never thought they were actually going to do it. Now, not looking past that moment unto itself, I think it worked. It worked. It blew our mind. We were like, oh my God, he actually kicked him in the nuts. And that cheeky little, like, front, shin to the groin, it worked for me, man. I have that on my list right behind, like Netflix was a big one. But like, I think the first four things on my list were Cena moments. Cena's turn, Cena wins the IC title, Cena wins the world title, Cena's last match, like all of it.
Well, and that was the
Mhm.
theme of 2025 is John Cena.
Yeah,
Of
right.
everybody run from it, hide from it. He is inevitable, John
Mhm.
Cena. And even then, still just in the moment that it was, I know rose tinted glasses and all of that, and we're going to
Mhm.
talk in a minute about some of the fails, which this is also falls in,
Yeah,
which is weird. But
yeah.
the John Cena heel turn at the time was the biggest thing in pro wrestling
Oh yeah.
in a decade, 20 years,
It
almost
was
more than that.
seismic.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It was way up there. People are comparing it to Hogan's turn with the NWO. It was fun. Like, I mean, again, they tried it, it didn't go well. And now I'm getting the impression watching that interview that it might not have been John's fault or Cody's fault. I think who they teamed up with to make this story happen. Um, they tell you they got someone, and you're like, okay, let's do it. Then you don't have them
But
anymore.
I like John's like constant fucking politician answer. We're gonna see, mark my words, by 2036, we're gonna see John Cena versus Dwayne the Rock Johnson for the fucking presidential race
Yeah,
or
I'm in.
something. But
Imagine the debate would be so much better.
it should be
The annual debate would be so much better.
oh, it broke me even thinking about that. But no, if John's whole attitude about it of we
Yeah.
never questioned why, we just kept moving forward. And I
Right.
think they both acknowledged they got fucked, they got kneecapped in that situation. But beyond the John Cena's,
Yeah.
we still had Naomi's turn. We had AJ
Good
Lee
one.
come back.
Yeah.
We had, well, you've got him there, Samoa Joe. I don't know if I'd count that as a big moment, as more
I
as
called it a big
moment.
moment just because the whole thing with the world title and then the redemption arc for Hangman, and then I didn't, I feel like Joe was like, holy shit, they actually, wow, okay. Wow, it didn't seem,
Yeah, fair. Is just Hangman's whole
right.
redemption arc of like Hangman and Moxley
Mhm.
more of the like probably the biggest moment from AEW, or one of
Yeah,
the bigger moments from AEW out of 2025.
I would think so. Yeah, for sure. The first ever Blood and Guts women, probably a big moment for them. Speaking
Yeah.
of Jelly Roll, Logan Paul's frog splash on Jelly Roll was insane. So I put that on my list. One of my favorite moments of the whole year was Nick.
Mm.
Punkonomics. Punkonomics might have been one of the best segments of the year.
That's the thing, is I think you miss some really good moments that happened on the Cena tour because everybody loops and lumps everything together. Like AJ Cena was phenomenal, pun intended.
Yeah.
Punkonomics was a great moment there was good moments. Does John Cena just suck every big moment in, though? If it was the year of Cena, it kind of feels hard to like pluck anything else out that isn't Cena.
It was so big, it's so hard to ignore. It was so impactful as far as who he was. Yes. Now, I mean, knowing more of the story, and again, I think people really fixated on two things. One, the WrestleMania moment, obviously a huge failure, a huge flop. And then the fact that he actually tapped out. I saw even Ariel Helwani was like crashing out over the fact that, like, I don't think you get it. I don't think I have to listen to Bubba and Mark and a lot of other guys. And then you heard him talk about it. Like, it was, I finally had enough. Like, goodbye. Like, it was perfect. It was poetic. So, yeah, he dominates the year for sure.
And as I say that, I literally just rapid fire have thought of a couple of moments that happened that we hadn't even talked about because it happened so long ago. Of Brock Lesnar returns, Seth Rollins injury and then not injury and then injury. Paul Heyman screws Roman and Punk. Like, there was still a fair amount of still big moments, but it's again because of the retirement tour. It feels like it's such the overarching thing. It sucks everything up. Pause.
Yeah, like honorable mention, Alexa Bliss coming back. Jade, a few people mentioned in the chat. WWE should have gave John Cena much more dates on his farewell tour. I really think that was negotiated and figured out between the two parties. I don't know if that's just one to blame. I don't know why, if you couldn't have had him for more, why wouldn't you have him for more?
I think it's very much, it's like the Blake Monroe Thea Hale situation of there's no one truly to blame in that situation, because I think John threw it out there in an interview of, I wanted to do so much more, and then also admitted he physically couldn't really do what he thought he could do. I think that's WWE. Listen, you think that the company that's going to charge you $3,000 for a ticket for his last match isn't going to sit there and try and soak every little fucking ounce of John Cena out that they could? They're going to turn that man upside down and wait till the fucking falls out of the pockets. So whatever dates they could have gotten out of John is the dates they got out of John.
Yeah, that would be my assumption. And again, I think that at the end of the day, I think we were so focused on, sometimes we overfocus, and we said it on the night of, and this is the last thing I'll say before we click the next one. But at the end of it all, it was a celebration of him and him saying goodbye. So it didn't really matter. Like, the ins and outs, it was what it was. Either you loved it, you didn't like it, whatever. But it was a big deal. It was a big thing. It ate up a lot of the year.
And how fitting that it was also one of the biggest moments and also arguably one of the biggest letdowns of 2025 as well. Because again, you feel like you got 6 months, whether it was the heel turn or the babyface version. You got 6 months of a John Cena retirement tour that either way are still arguably debatable if it was good or not. Compounded with that WrestleMania 41 letdown of coming off the heels of WrestleMania 40, of that in Vegas, and now we're going to go back to Vegas. Letdown.
Going back to Vegas is a letdown for you?
Going back to Vegas is a letdown. What they did in Vegas, for the most part, is a letdown. I feel so. Why the fuck are we doubling down? You just lost, so now you're going to go double all in.
Yeah, no, night one did it. Like, I mean, we got two of the best matches of the year came out of WrestleMania, though. The two triple threats, the women's triple threat and the men's triple threat with Punk, Roman, and Seth, right? Yeah. It was outstanding. So, I mean, it's funny, but that lasting impression, the whole shit show with Travis Scott, it just left a bad taste in everybody's mouth.
I had a really good appetizer, but your main course and your dessert were ass. Pause. That's kind of it. And especially coming off of WrestleMania 40, can we, and I know we're going to talk about right after this, who's feeling the heat and everything.
Right.
The honeymoon phase with Hunter is over. That's the triple.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
one of the H's in the Triple H of the
Right.
honeymoon phase is over, and they are not happy. Fans are not happy one way or another. Like, well, it's triple safe at minimum, and that's the
I
thing
like it.
is now you really need to buckle down and button down and start this Royal Rumble,
Mhm.
start 2026 off on a fast note because you
Make
can't
yeah.
drag your feet anymore.
Yeah, make wrestling exciting again. Make wrestling spontaneous again. Make wrestling
Coming
feel
soon to the merch store.
yeah, right? That's actually funny how things work out. John Cena Mania obviously to me stands out huge. One of the big ones for me, and you're gonna go no shit. The coffin match between Moxley and
I was
Darby.
waiting to get there.
To me, and listen, I'll be honest. You can fit for me. Moxley main eventing pay-per-views was a big letdown for me this year. I know some people really do feel strongly about Moxley and feel like he carried. I feel like we had really good pay-per-views, and there was a couple today where I'm like, oh, I really like that pay-per-view. I really like Revolution. I really like, Double or Nothing. I really liked whatever the pay-per-view was. But that Moxley match stands out like a fucking sore thumb in a lot of them. That coffin match was so disappointing after over a year build.
It's just the exact same case that you just made with WrestleMania 41 of you have a good middle of the sandwich, but the bread is trash. Like you got moldy bread. So that's what you fucks the whole shit up. So yeah, that's what it is. You had some really great pay-per-views. I'm not gonna lie. I have an AW pay-per-view is my favorite pay-per-view of the year. I think just you throw the whole Darby Moxley thing into the trash. Yeah, that's a thing we can talk about too.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Wait, you've got to cut me off with that because I can't get a full promo out. But with the Moxley Darby thing, I almost said Moxburg. But
Moxburg.
Yeah, that whole storyline to me jumped the shark in 2025 of it was way too much of we had fish tanks, we had Moxley saying I quit when it didn't seem like he ever said I quit. Of you had the heat of that moment when Darby's, motor vehicle collision straight on into John Moxley, and then he goes and climbs Everest and then went Arctic cold.
You finally get
it still hasn't thawed out, but you still trying to serve it like it's hot and Freddy.
Hot and Freddy. Let's go.
Hot and Freddy. I meant to say hot and ready and said hot and fresh.
I just thought like we're playing on the whole like spooky kid vibe. A couple quick ones because I know the timer's about to pop up. There it is. WrestlePalooza sucked. I think the AW Women's Tag Tournament was a little disappointing, even though we had a good ending to it. Survivor Series was a flunk for me as well. So yeah, that's my big letdowns. Somebody said Goldberg's retirement was such a letdown. I fucking missed it. I didn't catch it. I forgot about it. My God.
It was as insignificant as they treated it. Again, I think that might turn into that ties in more to the moments of the year of just because Gunther retired Goldberg and John Cena in the same year. But yeah, I think overall pro wrestling has been a letdown in 2025.
A little, I would say so. I mean, I don't think it's the fail that people are trying to pin on each other's teams, but I'd say that
fail overall.
It feels a lot cooler than it did, not cooler as in colder, than it did at the end of 2024. So we're optimistic for 2026, but yeah, I would agree that a little bit of a year. Some more things kind of went awry than went super cool.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Did you want to read that one or did you want me to?
Oh, go ahead.
Spaz with a $5 super chat. Breaking news: Bear Bronson gets a TNA title shot. The first Impact of the new year. Also, WWE introducing me to AAA as a highlight. Well, there you go.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Well, and also shout out Bear Bronson might be talking about him a little bit later of a guy that's on the independents because again, we don't just watch the big three. We also watch the other 75 or so that are out there. Yeah. He's making names. He's making waves.
Yeah, kind of surprised, but good for him. But thank you, Spaz, for the update.
Right.
Let's go. Next one on the topic list is who's feeling the heat? Who's in the hot seat going into 2026? Who kind of needs to pull their socks up and get shit going quick, fast, hard? I mean, I think you see the three faces on the screen to kind of set this one up, Nick. They are definitely the big three on my list. Now, there's a couple other people that I think are on a hot seat, so to speak. Triple H for me is the biggest one.
It's all about the flame and how you play it. Yeah. Oh, bro, you need to, again, Russoism. You need to lean into this or something like you have to acknowledge that fuck you, Hunter chants were a thing. You are either going to play the heel Vince kind of character, authority figure. Now, granted, you also have to have your comeuppance. You can't just be
right.
Lol Hunter wins the whole time.
No,
but even beyond all of that, 2025 for WWE has not been a banner year, coming off of a record breaking and a record setting. And I know they've probably broken 75 records. They made up their own selves this year.
Right. We beat us.
Yes. Yes, we win again. But the WWE right now, again, to me, I think they've fallen more into the back of the pack because they've kneecapped themselves. They're the ones that were riding on the bike and stuck the fucking spoke in their own wheels.
Is it resting? Is it being lazy now? Are you just jogging when you should be running?
Triple safe.
Triple safe. Yeah. I think he's in the hot seat in a big way. And I know as much as the idea of what are you going to go and tweet about it, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but eventually, and we've seen it before in the WWE, you will get to a point where the tickets stop moving. You will get to a point where the people stop tuning in, and they will come back. We all relapse, but we know the times where all of us have been like, "Fuck this, I'm out," and you kind of give up on it for 4 or 5, 6 months, whatever. Like because you only can take the disappointment for so long. So many big moments that were kind of thrown away. I felt like the bar was set high on some things that never delivered. I think people are really looking at him. You said the honeymoon's over. The calendar turns. We're in the thick of it now. So let's get this right.
We went from the honeymoon phase to divorce papers real fast, I feel. Out here. Well, yeah, well, and also I think a big person that's on the hot seat is Mr. Silva out there, TNA. I know this is going to maybe irk Anthony a little bit, but now the trainer wheels are off. Now you've got a TV deal. Now you're partnered with Big Cuz that's walking around with you the whole time and everything like that. Now you want to act like you're grown, so you got to act like you're grown. There was no longer this excuse of, oh, well, we don't have TV. Well, we can't go live. Well, we can't do this. No, now you have everything laid before you. Run with it. And I hope you do. But if you don't, it's going to get hot and heavy fast.
Yeah, you're going to have more eyes on you. You know there's going to be scrutiny for people hoping that you don't succeed because somehow some weird, I don't know, some weird loyalty. Yeah, right. So I think Carlos is in the hot seat as far as you got us to the dance. Now you better boogie, right? Like you got to give it. I think Tony Khan has heat on him, but at the same time, Tony Khan is just kind of that kid that's just wandering around, and he doesn't care if the world's on fire. He doesn't care he's just wandering around.
He's like the dog sitting there on the fucking shit on the table with the coffee mug of it. I'm fine. Right? It's fine.
He's been on the hot seat for 6 years.
Exactly. Well, outside of those three that we have on screen, who do you have that you have on the hot seat?
Do you know who I think's on the hot seat? I think Cody Rhodes is on a bit of a hot seat.
Thank you. Okay. Michael Scott, thank you. Because I thought that I didn't want to say it. I've been a detractor. I've been a Cody hater. I guess I'm a Cody dry iron instead of a Cody crybaby. But Cody Rhodes, step the fuck up or step the fuck aside right now, my guy. Go cry in the corner. Go get your tissues and go the fuck over there.
Clip it. I think at the end of the day, for me, Cody does have to kind of come into. You have to have Cody in, like, the Drew stuff's working, but I'm almost like, again, I'm kind of rooting for Drew. So I think there either needs to be a way to kind of up Cody and what he's doing, kind of mix it up a little, or maybe go another direction. Now, do you consider the the dreaded heel turn? I don't know, but I think Cody's one of those ones that are on the border of, like, people, and some people have already got there, of like, him again. I defend Cody quite a bit. I see the value in Cody, but maybe just take him out of the title picture for a little bit. Maybe Drew would be more fun for a little bit. I feel like it's become a lot of repetition.
Cody, at this point, either is going to go back to the chase, because that's where Cody works best.
Right.
Now, granted, you can't do the finish the story anymore. So now, what can you do for a fucking comeback that isn't my daddy, my daddy, my daddy? Or you go to, Sith Lord Cody Rhodes,
Yeah.
but you've also got too many big heels that should go over Cody.
Yeah.
He's in that John Cena era of, like, reverse engineered of the fans booed Cena and then they loved him.
Yeah.
Now the fans loved Cody and now they want to boo the shit out of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I almost wonder if, like, for me, like, do you even, like, Drew beats him and then you, like, he tries to get it back, but then Drew beats him again, and then maybe you put him in a side thing and he loses to, like, a Solo or whoever, and you kind of just beat him down and maybe he goes away a little bit and then kind of rebuild from there, right? That redemption arc.
You got to find a way. If you're going to have Cody chase, you have to find a way that isn't the finish the story.
Just like last
I
time.
wonder how that works, because that's always been the knock on Cody. I'm talking over the buzzer. That's always been the knock on Cody of, can you get sympathy besides my daddy?
Yeah. And again, there are good things there. And I've seen Cody cut extremely good promos. A guy like Drew has brought out the best in Cody at times. But my concern is him just feeling monotonous. Real quick, an honorable mention on that. I think MJF's on the hot seat. He's been away. He's back. Can you be the MJF of old? Can you be an evolved MJF that, and I mean, you hit, dude, I still can't believe he got away with a Diddy and didn't get smacked. It's crazy.
Well, I almost question, is he off the hot seat? Because him just showing up, he showed up for what? All of maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Including entrance and exit. And was the most talked about, the most entertaining, the most engaging, the most involved segment on the whole show. So again, whether I like it or not at times, because he's not been booked great by AEW in 2025, MJF's the best thing that company's got.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, he moves the needle. He gets eyes, he gets attention. But it's a very thin line, because if it doesn't deliver, it's just a guy that says clever things. He needs to hit something. But that all being said, Nick, one of the hot topics of 2025 was what's the top three? And a lot of the conversation circled around who's the real number two. We've had topics about it. I think at this point in 2025, top three ranked in order. For those who don't know, that's TNA, that's AEW, WWE. Kind of consider those the top three for obvious reasons. For me, Nick, WWE holding on. AEW's still holding on to number two steady. TNA sitting in 3, but closing the gap.
Yeah, well, and also, by the way, if it's mostly it's the big 3 in the US, clearly, or at least North America. I think they're bunched together, though, a little bit kind of close in a way that a lot of people don't anticipate, because WWE, like I said, they've kind of kneecapped themselves. They've fallen back in the pack.
Yeah.
I think a little bit, because they're not cooking with peanut oil like we got to work.
Right?
Well, you would definitely, it's clear WWE is still number one, but they don't have as big of a lead.
Right.
And then you have AEW and TNA, which that again, they're chasing each other down. It's like being redneck here for a minute. When you watch a NASCAR race and all of a sudden, final lap and they're all bunched together and boogity, boogity, boogity boys, let's go racing.
Right.
That's kind of where this feels right now.
Yeah, they're really coming together. And I mean, I think going into 2026, if you have TNA come out of the gate hot, a lot of conversation we had. If people start buzzing about, holy shit, did you see TNA on Thursday? Did you see TNA on
Right.
Thursday? That's good momentum for them. I think Tony's challenge is, I really do think Tony, again, we talked about it all times. He's got to mature. He's been doing this for 5-6 years now. And he's right. Not a lot of people can say they've booked a national televised fucking wrestling show for 5-6 years, going on 7 years.
They beat WCW for longest tenure on Turner this year.
Right. So I think his challenge for me is, and again, you want to close that gap on the WWE, is focus on you, your style, your business, and again, try and find a little more maturity, a little more growth. Stop running back the same things. Try and find some substance over shock. And I think, again, they can challenge, they could do better in 2026. TNA, I mean, again, fire if they do it right.
I think it's interesting with AEW because they managed to almost kind of stand still and like stay place a little bit. I think WWE's dropped down a bit and TNA's climbing up. So this is really now AEW's in the sandwich of this. So which way are you going to go? Are you going to get passed by? Or are you going to overcome? And I do not legitimately think that in a year, in 2 years, in 3 years, that you're going to get an AEW that completely surpasses WWE. But closing that gap of it being an AEW that catches more WWE on their own merit than because WWE shot themselves in the leg.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, I think it's not even about like surpassing the WWE. We know the Juggernaut, and they did. They had a long head start on this, where they have the advantage of time. Tony kind of comes in with the advantage of this giant piggy bank. But I think, it's about put on a consistently better show. And I know some out there will say, they do. What the fuck are you talking about, man? They do. No, realistically. And if you're being honest, again, WWE has its flaws. But I mean, Dynamite had its struggles, and for obvious production reasons, formatting reasons, the way you put things together, overemphasizing not the great people, and maybe underbooking some phenomenal talent.
I'm going to go full unk status here and try and speak to the Twitterverse, to the smart marks, to the IWC right now. Right now, AW has the potential to run with the ball because WWE fumbled it 6-7.
Keep going.
No, that's literally, I just was ending on the 6-7 meme and everything. I was doing the Tony cut. Yeah, because at this point, to me, if you do have those lapsed fans that were chanting AEW instead of AEW, like a good wrestling fan, WCW, AEW.
Right.
But if you're going to have those fans that truly are disgusted by Triple H and John Cena's last match and everything, now's your time to capitalize, Tony.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if those people are floating and they tune in and you're doing nonsense, if you have, grown men biting other men in the junk, and if you have unnecessary bleeding or stories that don't make any sense or long, again, you want to hook them in with quality. And I think Tony's got to find, quality over quantity and, better structure, better formatting to the shows. And they got a lot of good pieces, but that all being said,
last thing,
yes,
real quick, how much do you think AEW's made ground on, or how much ground TNA's made ground on AEW with the TV deal?
I think quite a bit. I think it levels the playing field now. And again, there's going to be a lot of conversations. Their challenge will be, what are the first few shows going to look like? Will an audience grab to it? And like, you got to come out of the gate hot. And again, TNA can tell stories. TNA's got more of that professional wrestling style to their writing. So we're going to see a lot of things that are well put together. Angles, factions, storylines. They do that well. And even the gap between WWE and AEW, I think, might be more that the WWE slipped on a banana peel this year. Can they, get their shit together and zoom on? Or, will if Tony can up his game, can he knock on, chase their heels from a quality standpoint?
Yeah, it's Mario Kart and WWE got blue shelled.
Right? Right? Just got to shake it off and hit the gas. Let's go.
Right. But speaking of hitting the gas, who might hit the gas and hopefully not be on the gas in
Right?
2026?
Well, his back might tell us otherwise, but I already mentioned his name, MJF, to me. Super hopeful for big 26 for him.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I make him a central focus of the show. Kind of a guy that I hope is back early 26 is Ospreay. I think, MJF, Ospreay, Hangman, Swerve. These are guys I want to watch. Not Moxley. Sorry, Mox. I know I pick on him. But, you have some really good talent that can really kind of make people want to see what the fuck's going on at that top of that division.
Oh, absolutely. And I'd even had some names because I kind of thought of when I saw you mentioned this topic, I've thought about it more of like people who are going to break out in 2026.
Yeah.
But even so, no, like even an LA Knight, yeah.
On my list.
He's going to very much be one of those. I know he's already kind of broken out, so that's why I didn't count him. But
fair enough.
2026, when he comes back, which I assume it's clearly going to be around then.
Around Rumble?
Maybe before, or depends on how much they want to actually go kayfabe with a cracked sternum. But he's going to be your Stone Cold Steve Austin. If Gunther's going to be your Rock, your corporate guy, we're going to go this whole way, or even then still, LA is going to be your big baby face that the crowd gets behind. The I've been held down too much. I've been kicked around, all of that.
The justified heel.
No, justified babyface. He'll be
babyface, my bad.
Yeah, no, I'm saying he'll be like that Stone Cold Steve Austin. You're out there instead of what? Which happy birthday, what?
Yeah.
Instead just, yeah. You want to see LA Knight out there whoop Gunther's ass? Yeah.
Right.
You want to see LA Knight take it to Triple H? Yeah.
That'd be interesting. Hopeful for kind of in what you said, a breakout. Javon continues his surge. Oba, we're on the verge of seeing great things from him. I kind of hopeful that the vision continues to be interesting. The division continues to, cause trouble, make sense. Seth returns. What does that look like? Is he against them? Is he with them? I'm a little hopeful for that. I hope Swerve has an outstanding year. I'm a fan of Swerve. I think he can do big things. I don't love Adam Page and MJF now being in his way, but this is a guy I think you could really put the strap on and run with for a while. MJF's right there. I think them neck and neck is a good thing for business.
I think just Hangman, Ospreay, MJF, Swerve, I think that's a fantastic. I want nothing but success for that whole group, even as an MJF mark of that. That's if you're AEW, that's how you close the gap a little bit. That's your main card. That's your top of the line. Another for 2026 that I hope a lot for. Well, we've seen a lot in 2025 for Leon Slater. Austin Theory being finally revealed as the masked man.
Yeah.
I hope they actually run with it. So Ruka, well, she's kind of just been going. So
yeah, I want to see this blow up for her. I want her to kind of get to the next point.
Success.
Yeah, I'm really hopeful for a guy like Ricky Saints. I think he just went through the heel turn. I'm excited to see what it looks like. Another guy that I'm hoping for a big year. He's already been on a good run, Nick, but I feel like it maybe stinted a little. Is Mike Santana. I want to see him continue to push.
Get out of my head. I got TNA on halfway in the background, and I was literally about to say that if you weren't going to say it. He's a guy that, to me, I think by the end of 2026 will be in WWE, and still the guy that no one wants to talk about and acknowledge of Karrion Kross. Good things coming our hands way for 2026.
Why Triple H didn't push Karrion Kross?
You saw too. Now you see why I be watching that JCW out there.
It's so outlandish, though. Triple H didn't want.
It's that nostalgia. It's that car crash. It's what you're gonna get.
It's so I laughed. I saw the clip of that whole thing, and it makes me laugh, man. You're right. There's like
going to McDonald's. You know what's gonna do you no good?
Yeah,
but you want some McNuggets and a large fry.
Yeah, it's like a morbid curiosity. It's fucking funny. And then who was it he tweeted out to? And I fucking died. Oh, it was about Stephanie. And if you don't speak American, bro.
Yeah, if bro, do you speak American? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Right. Like isn't that the pot calling the fucking kettle un-American? What are we talking about, bro? If you can't
What?
speak American, maybe you should stay off podcasts and microphones.
Well, Paul bringing up another one that I think is a bit more recency bias, and granted, also
That's true though, because she's hot
well,
now.
yeah, Kendall Gray's up there. I'll say Callie Armstrong. I know you and MDB were tweeting at me of, did you see Wendy Chu's Back to Normal? We remixed a remix. It's back to normal.
She woke, bro.
Well, she's something.
She woke.
I got denied. If I was at least going to give her credit, of like, finally, you got us. Finally, Wendy's spending time with me. And MDB told me, no, you stay over there.
Right. Stephanie broken. Yeah, I'm with you, bro. All right. Last category before we get into some rapid fire, what our picks are for top of the year. But the current state of wrestling, we've touched on it throughout the show. We've touched on it on our streams, Nick. I don't think it's as bad as some people say it is, but I don't think it's as good as other people think it is.
Well, way to walk the fucking fence, my guy. But no, I have to fully agree with you. If I was out there going to go, my fellow smarks and my fellow mics, right now with the state of pro wrestling, yeah, friends, countrymen, lend me your ears. For pro wrestling as a whole, for anyone in the business, WWE, AEW, not going to mention companies because then we're shills for the other opposition of don't take fans for granted. For wrestling fans, don't sit there and get pre-mad. Don't rely on, your in fantasy booking. Like, it is not, the end is nigh. The world is stop playing Chicken Little.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I would here's my hope for the wrestling fans. What we've done here at this channel, what we've done over the years, we're looking forward. Like I said before, we're coming up on a couple major milestones for us. We're turning the calendar on another year. I enjoyed a lot of the wrestling I watched this year. Maybe that's just the fandom in me where, there are nights where I really fucking don't understand why I'm sitting on the computer talking about wrestling, because it's just pounding in the head as far as just the boredom or it didn't deliver. That happens with any type of entertainment. But at the end of the day, I think there was a lot of good. To me, is it a complete failure? Like, for those people out there going, this is the worst year for WWE ever, there was some bad years, folks. Bad years. So don't necessarily, was it a banner year? Is it a top 10 year? No. Was it the worst ever, Nick?
Can I don't mean to interrupt, but I just personally say publicly, as UMDB don't get pre-mad is like pot me kettle, but that's why I can speak upon it. That's, again, I got an emotional disorder. That's why I can say people to control their emotions around fucking pro wrestling a little bit more.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
Exactly. But no, can we all just honestly shut the fuck up about the whole bring back Vince. Vince would have never done
that's
this.
Not a thing.
Like, that's a fucking that's an argument I can't take you seriously. If that's any sort of in your even vocabulary, your fucking brain activity, if a synapse in your brain fires saying bring back Vince McMahon, I don't want to talk to you.
No, I mean, again, it's such a silly thing to say. And again, it's like, did you not remember how bad things had been? Like, Vince McMahon's booking made me give up on WWE. I stayed away from wrestling.
This is how we got here.
Like, and even when we started this channel, like, we would talk a lot about Dynamite being the #1 show of the week, our power rankings that we used to do. Raw was a bore, but things changed. So again, overall, I think this, maybe if everyone combined, I think the wrestling maybe gets a C plus, a C plus this year. And we hope for better things next year.
No, I think we're going to summer school. We've got remedial courses. Still, I don't know. This is all maybe a D plus. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, and again, I don't think it's fully even throw the baby out with the bathwater, but I think pro wrestling in 2025 has very much been a letdown and a hangover effect from what 2024 was. 2024 was the boom. Now we got the bang, and we got a concussion, I think, from all of this. I want to see how 2026 starts off. Of January 5th, Monday Night Raw. We've got the Royal Rumble season coming up. You have to hit the ground running. You can't play this, oh, well, they'll always be there. That's why I said, don't take the fans for granted, because the fans will go away. You just pulled them back in. You pulled in the celebrities. You pulled all of that. Don't take them for granted like they'll always be there, because they'll go away just as fast as they took it to get there.
Yeah, 100%. And sometimes when you lose fans, you never get them back. And that's the risk you run. And I mean, this goes for all the companies.
We're still seeing that today.
100%. And again, wrestling fans out there, you know, we want to open the doors. Be willing to listen. You remember, the words I heard from a wise man once. You don't work there. What the fuck you doing? What are we doing? You don't work there. You don't have to be hateful or spiteful to disagree. Try and be better. I think wrestling is one of the weird forms of entertainment that the fans cannibalize themselves. They really, we kick the shit out of each other, and we do it too. We get mad at other people, and we let them know how we feel, and the emotion gets involved. But I mean, again, I think there is some good out there, and allow yourself to be open to enjoy some of this fucking wrestling.
It's okay to not agree. And again, we're
walking.
Everybody likes to use it as a goddamn slogan of just enjoy all the wrestling. Well, that's what we really try and do. Yes, we'll still call a spade when it's, staring me in the face at a blackjack table. But for the most part, we try and cover anything and watch everything. Even when we're not here live, we're still watching other wrestling and all of that. Because
we're watching the ICP.
Enjoy pro wrestling we're going to find the good before I sit there and harp and tell everybody they're wrong about the bad and that. Open the discussion, being willing to have the dialogue is the best way to enjoy pro wrestling, because it's all subjective. It's all perspective.
Yes, for sure. And again, let's just be real and don't ignore the facts that are right in front of our face. And again, love what you love, but you don't need to hate those who don't love what you love. And again, that's what we build it on. Be a friend, tell a friend. And that's the community we've grown to love around here. That's what we hope for. I think it's not as bad as people say it is, and it can only get better.
I was waiting for you to give me like 30 seconds so I could just go #WFU.
Right. #WFU. Let's go. No, I like it. I like it, man. That's our sentiment. Quick reminder that we are here tomorrow as well at 7:30 for SmackDown. Did we want to quickly talk about the SI list? I know we brought it up.
I have it pulled up and everything. And this is, no, because we can go through it. And again, if everybody does their awards around this time, or they do it early into 2026, if everybody's got it, of whether you've won a for lifey or a spiteful or anything like that, everybody's got their own opinion. But the big flag waver right now, because it's not just us saying it, Sports Illustrated saying it, and it's the first one to come out, but we can read through it.
Yeah, 100%. You go through, shoot.
Storyline of the year: Hangman Adam Page's redemption arc. Yay or nay?
No, I don't think.
John Cena's retirement tour
might have been a thing.
I mean, love it or hate it, it was the biggest goddamn thing. It's like the fucking Titanic. You can't ignore it. I know it crashed, but you still got to acknowledge it.
Yeah, and whether for better or worse, it was still the great, Adam Page's redemption story was good, and it was one of the better things for AEW. But I just feel like, we had a lot going on in a lot of other places, like the Vision stuff, CM Punk, but the John Cena thing. Come on, let's be real. Like, that to me is a fucking layup.
But now, was this Hangman's second or third redemption story? Because remember, he had did everything with the Dark Order and all of that. Like, I mean, how many redemptions until it's Red Dead Redemption?
Right. Keep going.
Rivalry of the year: Hangman Adam Page versus Jon Moxley. That's not even Jon Moxley's most notable feud of the year.
It's not even Page's.
True.
What the fuck are we doing?
Page swerve this year? Was that last year? That was last year.
Late last year, right?
But still, even Jon Moxley and Darby was Jon Moxley's feud this year. Wasn't Hangman?
Right? Yeah, what are we doing? Yeah, no, I mean, again, there was so many good rivalries. We've seen what happened with Punk and Drew. Cody and Drew is a good one as well. We've had the stuff with Seth. I mean, going back with Roman and Punk. The women's stuff has been good. Liv Morgan's been in a lot of things. Like, yeah, I'm sorry, SI. I think you missed the mark on that one as well. We didn't even think about it. Like when we were talking about big shit, it was like it is what it is. But I didn't think it was that. It's okay.
Well, they redeemed themselves with heel turn of the year with Naomi.
It's a
I honestly had her. She's almost in that breakout. But and shout out to Anthony. But it's almost, is she really a breakout? Because she's been there before and she is talented. She did the whole TNA run and everything.
Yeah.
But this was out until she got oosed. She got that oost juice.
She got oosed.
Of that. She was on fire. She was the top woman in pro wrestling.
Right. Yeah, and again, I think and we'll talk about it at the end of the list. So in the interest of time,
I'll rapid fire. Best on the mic, timeless Tony Storm. Best in the ring.
In the business?
What?
In the business? She's the best in the business on the mic.
Best on the mic, timeless Tony Storm.
Get the fuck out of here. Next.
So, well, like I said, and then best in the ring, Will Ospreay.
Okay.
Breakout wrestler of the year, Kyle Fletcher.
I mean, there is an argument there for Fletch.
Well, is he breakout or is he just, he's really good?
Yeah, didn't he break out 3 years ago?
Exactly. At least a year ago.
At least a year ago.
Comeback performer of the year, Ilya.
Yeah.
He came back a month ago. Tag team of the year. I don't know. You're going to take umbrage with this. And Dolores Umbridge of FTR.
Okay, so when I first read it, I was, we'll get the fuck out of here. What are we doing? Then I realized they're really close to being the best tag team of the year.
And that's a fucking low bar. So you tripped and fell over the bar. What?
I'll tell you, I'm spoiler alert, I guess, but I mean, really, when you look around the wrestling world, Axiom who was the best tag team last year, didn't really have a great 2025, like in the back half, especially. A lot of other teams have been like non-existent. AEW doesn't have much of a tag team division. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee been good, but maybe recency bias. JD a little bit. The Hardys, man, like that was.
I didn't even fully think about that. I was going to say of FTR's not even the best tag team in their company.
Yeah, like I mean, the Hurt Syndicate. Do they get a nod? Did they count?
Oh, you haven't named someone, and I can't wait till the rapid fire. I already know.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting, but okay, keep going on the list because
match of the year: Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair.
Oh wow! I didn't even notice they did that. That's an argument. That's in the running. I'm shocked that they picked that one.
Show of the year: AEW Double or Nothing. That's not even the AEW show I would pick. What?
It's not my number one. Now, Double or Nothing had moments, but I think Double or Nothing were one of those ones where they got extra praise from certain fans for the shock and awe stuff.
Well, if you're going to go shock and awe, then you go Elimination Chamber because John Cena's heel turn. I feel like I'm fucking Nelson Muntz out there. Hey, Bart, your weenus is showing. Your bias is showing. Yeah. Female wrestler of the year, Mercedes Moné.
Of course. Moving on. I got nothing. Fuck off. That's nonsense. She's not
Female wrestler of the year, Hangman Adam Page.
Yeah, no. Hangman had a good year. I'm not going to take it away from him. But no, he's not the best. I'm sorry. I disagree with that.
He's top 5, but he's not. Maybe top 3, but he's not top dog.
No, I mean, I give him marks. I think he's a nominee. I like the guy. I do. But yeah, anything else?
Last 2. Promotion of the year.
AEW.
AEW. AEW. AEW.
Right.
And then the 2025 Legacy Award, so just the honorary Give a Dog a Bone Award, John Cena.
Oh, well, okay. At least they got John in there somewhere, fucking idiots. I think at the end of the day, maybe I'm wrong. And maybe when it's that lopsided, to me, it shows that you're full of shit. We said we said it all year. We've said it all, for the duration of us being alive. The fakers and the bias and the slants and the bullshit. You notice it. You get caught. It stands out when it's obvious.
Well, you were doing good until you mentioned like Double or Nothing, and it's like, nah, my dog, like that wasn't even in like they wouldn't even say that was up there. So
Right.
why are you saying it's up there? And it's again to me and with us of have an explanation, expound upon things, be able to actually have a back and forth discussion about it.
Right. But when you say something like Tony Storm's best on the mic in 2025, then I'm a little confused. I love Tony Storm, and she's great. Like, she's funny. She tells jokes, but I mean, that's not what I wouldn't even put her in the top 5.
Who would you say?
I mean, Punk cooked all year. John cooked all year. Drew cooked all year. MJF wasn't around, so can't consider him. Who gives good promos in AEW?
John Moxley.
No, he's fucking brutal. Those
Tony's probably your best promo. If you're not counting MJF, Tony's probably your best promo.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, again,
it's not. You got to also take into account a lot of that's also incorporating her feud with Mariah May. You've still got to take like all in and everything.
And are you counting like her at press conferences and that kind of thing? I'm thinking promo. Are you just thinking, how she fucks around everywhere?
That's how they'll get out of jail free card. Best on the mic.
Right.
Not best promo.
Okay. A bit of a caveat.
Semantics. Yeah.
Don Callis, manager of the year. Damien, get out of the chat. Go home.
Go home. Go home. You're drunk.
All right, Nick. We're gonna do some rapid fire, folks. You can give us your 2 cents either in the chat. You always comment after the video. Let us know your favorite moments, your favorite wrestlers. Who did it for you in 2025? Who didn't do it for you in 2025? Nick and I are literally going to fire them out with no thought, just first name that comes to mind under a category. Nick, you spitting or you answering?
Well, I was even going to say, even if you agree with us, if you disagree with us, trust me, go and tell me how terribly wrong I am about this, that, and the third in the comments, or tell KJ how right he is about this. Yeah, no. Argue with us. We'll respond back as long as you keep it above the waist.
All right.
No, do we Rochambeau? How do we want to do this? By who has the darkest beard or the lightest beard? How we want to do this? Who looks the most like Santa Claus?
I'll answer first.
All right, fair enough.
I'll voluntold.
You volunteered or you voluntold?
Right. So, and we got 1 minute to pull this off. 12 categories, I believe.
Oh, maybe I had 10. So, or whatever you sent me today. So, yeah. I done listing them off. Whatever you sent me on Instagram is what I got typed up for categories.
All right, let's go.
So, top male superstar of 2025.
CM Punk.
Top female superstar of 2025.
Io Sky.
Top breakout superstar. I'm going to stop saying the year.
Javon Evans.
Best tag team.
Dark State. The Hardys.
Oh, yeah. You corrected yourself. Damn it. Best faction.
Dark State.
Fuck you. Overrated.
Moxley.
We could have played the dating game with this. Underbooked.
JC Jane. No, underbooked.
What are you talking about?
What? What'd you say? Underbooked?
Underbooked.
LA Knight.
Best match of the
year. Gabe Kidd and Kenny Omega.
Oh, best pay-per-view of the year.
Elimination Chamber.
Weekly show.
Raw.
Favorite moment.
Punkonomics.
Your Honor, my witness held me up.
We're the last two?
Well, no, your favorite moment you haven't answered yet.
Gunther on Raw from this week.
Does that really count? But I'll give you that.
Right.
Booker of the year.
HBK.
Promotion of the year.
WWE by default almost.
Ooh.
Right.
And again, it's a little bit one of those of they kneecapped themselves. They fell back in the pack.
A little bit, but they again, the other one didn't do enough to make me vote for it.
Right.
But now we're gonna switch it up and we'll see what you got. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but let's see.
Bring it on. Do whatever you gotta do.
All right. All right. On your marks, get set. Best male.
John Cena.
Oh wow. Female.
Stephanie McMahon.
Oh, breakout.
Bear Bronson.
Oh, faction.
Oh, the Vision.
The Vision. Oh, okay. Overrated.
John Moxley. That's why I said we would have been in the dating game.
Yeah. Tag team.
Rodito, the team that you didn't name.
Oh, Brodito. My bad.
Rodito, Cool Ranch, my guy.
That's a good shout. Underrated?
Underbooked, I think. Or underrated.
Yeah.
Eddie Kingston.
Get the fuck out of here. Match.
I was almost going to say MJF. EO versus Rhea versus Bianca. I actually agree with SI.
Yeah, it's a really good match.
That or their match at Evolution.
Pay-per-view.
All in Texas.
Show.
Raw.
Moment.
Cena heel turn.
Booker.
HBK.
Promotion.
WWE.
Oh, okay. So we got a couple of the same there.
Oh, that was the first of again. If this is how you know we're married. We got yeah.
Not bad, not bad. So, folks, you guys can all throw your 2 cents in. You really did like All in Texas?
I think at the end of the day, the spectacle, the size is what it was, everything. It was the coup d'etat to WrestleMania and WrestleMania 41 did not win in that duel of I am wounded. So All in of Hangman of the Fletcher Osprey. You got the Yama Pit fighting Mariah May, Tony Storm, which that was almost feud of the year. Like if that to me was the pinnacle of what AW was this year.
Yeah, you're not wrong as far as that. I did think Double or Nothing wasn't bad. I thought Revolution was better. But a little
biased. AW have better pay-per-views this year than WWE.
Probably. I think like a percentage, that's
crazy when we bitch and we rightfully have a complaint about why you go 6 hours, but it still ends up somehow those 6 hours are better than 4 hours with 3 matches.
Yeah, I think for me, again, this is where Tony can help himself. Because I think if he can clean up and edit himself a little bit and not give us 14 matches, 13 matches, because he's doing really good pay-per-views with a bunch of extra cannon fodder in there that doesn't help anything. So if he went with 9 matches that were all fucking solid, again, he's shutting up a lot of the critics because the good shit is good. The bad shit is really bad.
That the highs of highs and the lows of lows. Bro has a whole SmackDown before his pay-per-view. Nah.
Right. No, for sure.
Like you said, edit yourself, some self-editing would really benefit AW to the nth degree of it. Tony, it's okay if you still do like 8 matches on a pay-per-view. Just don't do 13.
Yeah, like save some stuff for your weekly shows. And you don't have to do like a stipulation match on the pay-per-view. Save it for another show. Like again, I just think, and the opposite side of things on WWE is I thought they had really good shows, but a lot of again, triple safe is kind of becoming the thing. Hashtag triple safe might be the answer.
2025 rely a lot on nostalgia
for Triple H in a lot of ways, for sure, but there was also some good kind of fresh things happening. Again, I think kind of both companies are a little stuck in the past on certain things.
Fair enough. Long story short, I think we're hoping 2026 they get their stick out of the mud across the board.
Yeah, we want to see an uptick as fans. We always want to see improvement and growth. We hope it kills it. The last thing I'll say is the Elimination Chamber. You know, Sammy KO, the big heel turn from John. To me, I thought that was a wicked pay-per-view, but I think it's so hard at times because the 4-match pay-per-views feel like, you know, did you really try?
Did you have more moments in 2025 than you had good shows?
Well, it's funny because when we were going through this show to set up, I felt like, and again, WWE had a lot of moments. AJ Lee returns. This happened. You know, the other Liv Morgan returns. We talked about the John Cena. All these little big moments. But like, then did it pay? Like, was it as good as we hoped it was?
Maybe a good pay-per-view. Maybe a good pay-per-view.
It was harder, right? Like, you know, WrestlePalooza didn't go well. Survivor Series didn't go well. I mean, SummerSlam was great. I thought it was really good. But again, I think a lot of people, you know, I don't know if there was enough real cool shit that went down. So it's weird, right? AEW, again, big matches, big moments. Maybe overall this year, their pay-per-views, if you weighed them out, slight edge to AEW. But you got to cut out the bullshit because it makes it really hard for people outside the sickos to agree that it was good.
One company gave you not enough, the other gave you too much.
Yeah, like the one company's feeding you like the fat guy in Seven at the beginning, just his stomach exploded. And the other company,
Augustus Group,
right? And the other company's got like, please, sir, can we have some more? But yeah, optimism is the name of the game here. We are dedicated diehard wrestling fans. I'm sure, like all of you out there, we appreciate you being a part of the show, being a part of the fun. Again, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, subscribe. Come back tomorrow. We got more fun stuff coming your way, more surprises. Don't forget, click that little bell. You never know when we're going to pop up. And be a friend, tell a friend. Even if they just show up, give us a like and a sub. We would love it as we're about to hit some milestones that we're super proud of. But yeah, good times. Big Nick, I'm out.
2025 was meh. Let's hope in 2026 is, our shit is real, our shit is raw, our shit is authentic. When you're talking about that rest, you better put that for life with it.
See you on the flip side. Good night.